Hello, guys. This is Avcoor, and I want to talk about Under a Nightmare. Uh, I have to say, I kind of enjoy this. This is like if you played Landgressor. This is kind of like Endless Voyage. There's some improvements that they can make, but overall, this is a very fun and enjoyable experience for me. And I've gotten pretty far. Like,
적합한 물건을 필요한 사람에게
I got
주는
all
게
the stuff that
페리
I really
상점의
care to
서비스
get.
원칙이에요.
The only thing I miss is like 18 of these. And the reason I really didn't pursue it is because, well, I use pretty much most of it already. So I'll actually need 18 I'll get from here, and I need 22 from somewhere else. So that's why I really haven't finished it up. Tomorrow I'll probably do some more. This is the main thing that I seek to do. Let's go over some basics of what this thing has to offer. So you go through a scenario. You got easy mode, which you will have to do. You have normal mode, which you're gonna have to do. You have hard mode, and then you have extra, which is nightmare. I think all in all, each difficulty has its pluses and minuses. Um, you can grind through this pretty easily. You can grind through this, but it gets kind of grindy because you don't get that much stimulus or gain reason points. Hard, I consistently have done. I think hard is easy to do. Nightmare is pretty tough for me. I haven't fully finished it. I get to stage like three, and like at the cleric, the evil cleric, I get like totally creamed. But that's fine. The trick to this thing is you can stop at a certain point and still get your stimulus and your reason points. So I hit a point in Nightmare I just couldn't complete, and I just stopped, and I still got rewards. So when you play this game, just realize that even if you lose, you complete a certain amount of the content, you will get rewards. And each stage is different, so we can check. A, the fact that we have to go through this garbo, but I guess they want to be creepy or whatever. So you have like different like modes. Okay, so these three I just can't have access to. You have depth team, you have shuffle again. Each of them has their pluses and minuses. But my advice, if you're just trying to clear and get resources, to do beginner in every level. Beginner, you get recovery at the start of every match. It's the best way you can go. If you're not trying to get all the secrets in this mode, just do beginner. Just do beginner and keep doing beginner and keep doing beginner. You could do beginner on hard mode, you could do beginner on easy, you could do it on expert. On expert, I highly recommend that you do beginner. Heavyweight team, I think it's good if you have a strong tank and a strong warrior comp. So heavyweight team is easy. Magic team is pretty good. Lightweight team sucks because shooter and rangers are pretty weak in this content. Shuffle again is all right. You earn more tokens. You get a increase 20% increase in sword prices. Tokens consumed on all refreshes do not reprise. That's kind of sucks. Death team is tough because you actually want only certain characters can do Death team. There's like three or four that can do Death team. Like Charlotte can do Death team. Uh, Gabriel can do Death team. Sigcar I think is the best at Death team because he has auto regen in his kit. So I think Sigcar is good at Death team. Any hero that can heal themselves is pretty good at Death team. but there's very few that can do Death Team. Um, this seems to be last try. Oh, this is for the guys who just didn't clear it. Oh, oh, this is for like guys who just didn't like this stuff. I haven't done this. Wow, so they're gonna actually give you some help. Well, if you follow my steps, you won't need that. You won't need that. So, what type of teams do you want for this content? I'll show you. Let's choose choice. Go ahead and pick. The team I use is this team, and it'll make sense to you why I picked this team. And I'll tell you an alternate team for higher level content. Not her. Okay, so this is the team that I have used consistently. Let me go to check. Let me go to skill replacement. These are the skills I use. Now I'll explain why I picked what I picked. All right. This is the only changes I make to this team. Why do I pick this team for most of my clears? Simple. First of all, their neutral color. White, I mean light is the best color in this kind of mode. I'm going to show you one variation, just one. I'm going to take one character out, but the synergy in this team is absolutely phenomenal. Because you have light color, you don't worry about weaknesses. All three characters are some of the best characters in the game. Gabriel is the best tank for this content. The thing about it is, this is one of the best reasons why she's good. Because you get hit a lot in this content as your tank is the lifesaver. So when you play this comp, you're trying to get tank bonuses and you're trying to get light bonuses. And whatever in between is good. You want her weapon that you will get at the end, and she'll do pretty much most of the work. This passive allows her to counterattack at distance because, for the most part, in higher level content, you're moving your tank around and positioning because the aggro is so bad that you don't want your squishies to ever get hit. The light color is to take care of the AoEs because there's some AoE that comes in. Not as much as you would think, but when it does happen, it can wipe out your team. I've tried this with other characters, just doesn't work. Like Richard is like one of the worst characters in this content. You think he'd be good here, but he is absolutely terrible. Like when you get into higher level content and you have to fight the bug bite boss, he's red. He totally destroys Richard, and you cannot complete that content. So for Gabriel, when you're moving her around, she can counterattack. And when you get to the red bug boss, she can counterattack that. And when you get to the dark priestess boss, she counterattacks her for high damage since she's dark. And when you do the first stage where you fight the fire wizard, her magic defense is so good that she takes it pretty well. And there's like three dark assassins, and they have a hard time getting to penetrating Gabriel's defenses. So this counterattack is really good. And this skill is super good because you get hit two times and it clears all your stats effects. Well, you remove two debuffs, so that's pretty darn good. Gabriel's like the best tank in the game. There's just no. If you tell me there's a better tank than Gabriel, I will not believe another word that you said. I played this content so much, and I switched out other tanks. I've tried other tanks. I mean, if you're thinking like in real deep depth, in order to clear the second boss, the bug bite boss, Cassie is actually really good for that because she's blue and she counterattacks the red element of the bug bite boss. But outside, she kind of suffers because you get hit by a lot of wizards in this content, and she cannot counterattack at a distance, and her magic defense is low. Gabriel does not have that problem. Gabriel's defense is actually lower than Cassie's physical defense, and she suffers there. But there's ways with the tank bonuses that I mentioned you can get around that. So overall, this is the best tank, and of course, this is the best healer. The thing about this is that there's other healers that you can get, but Clefairy is the best healer for this content because this is her best skill set. Of course, you have Act Again, you have like zero turn cooling, but I choose this over this because you get regen in it. This only clears status effects, and that's good. And the healing range is wide. But on the first stage with the like minions, you never get the clear where they actually go to the like blue spots and it is. Excuse me. You literally got to fight your way through it. So this is no good. This is no good either because she's not supposed to hit. She's going to be healing most of the time. And if you take the Bane that takes 40% of your HP at the beginning of every battle, you're gonna want this. You're gonna want this. That's her perfect skill set. Another thing I'll say is the sucky part about this is whales are gonna benefit more from this content because if you look at my Gabriel, she's rank 5 because I've been dropping like shards into her. But if you didn't drop shards into your Gabriel, and if you don't have her at all, she starts at rank 3. So keep that in mind that whales will climb this content faster than others because their ranks will be higher. And when you add on ranks to these characters, they get even better. So my personal opinion is when you get the opportunity, put on ranks on your characters that make them so much better, especially these characters when they get their ranks up. The reason I chose what's her name? Crap. Whatever. Really? We'll go through it. We'll go through it. I don't care. The reason I chose this character, we'll find her name. Marguerite is because she's the best wizard, and wizards are really good in this content because the enemies are so high that levels are so high and their damage output is so bad that you don't want to 1v1 them. You want to hit them at range, and wizards hit harder at range than archers do, unless you get the light archer, which I highly, which I'm against because Marguerite can heal when she attacks, and she can spread around buffs. And buffs are so important in this content as any stat advantage that you generate is going to be really good for your team. So I would highly advise using Marguerite. I'll make one change in this team when it goes to higher level content, and I will be taking out Marguerite, and I'll actually put in Charlotte. The reason I put Charlotte in is because of Bug Boss, where he is a fire type, and if you do not have a blue type unit, you are going to suffer in that content, especially when you get to higher levels. So this goes away, and you want this for her overall setup. The reason you want this is because sometimes Charlotte will die, and sometimes you're gonna need her to die because the content is so bad that you're gonna have to obligatorily sacrifice a character. And Charlotte can be that character because she's just gonna revive, and then like once she revives, you probably moved your healer in place to ignore the healer, and then it resets when you get to the next stage. So for higher level content, like when you get to the very end, Bug Boss becomes so terrible that you would actually need to use this character. So this is the only change I'll make in the lineup. Period. That's it. I wouldn't. There's other characters that people tend to like. Uh, like let me see who would actually be somewhat solid. Like like I said, Catch is good for Bug Boss, and so is excuse me, so is Lena. She's actually good too. There's not that many characters that are good. Her as a healer is inadequate in this content as she cannot provide passive healing in combat. Valek, if, which I where's Valek at? Did they even put her out here? Valek is actually good here too, but sometimes her element can be a detriment. But she's really good. So that's it for characters that I think are useful here. So what do you use all this stuff for? So for shop, you use this.
적합한 물건을 필요한 사람에게
So that's
주는
why
게
you wanna.
페리 상점의 서비스 원칙이에요.
That's why you want as much stimulus as you can because there's some good stuff here. I advise that you get this. It's really good because it's hard to find 4-star runes. This is good because it unlocks accessory. The helm and armor are good because it actually adds on a star to your equipment. Of course, the key to heaven and key to divine protection is good. The stone of pure revelation is good. And if you play diligently, you should have all this. And you should have this. This stuff here is I don't know what this stuff does. Oh, it's background. Oh, whatever. I think that's worth it. I'll buy them anyway because I play this content a lot because I kind of like it. I'll think it's worth it. If you want to skip this, you can skip that. These three are sacrosanct. After you get these, you should be looking into this because this stuff is super useful. In fact, I'm gonna actually buy all of this. That's why I'm gonna keep playing. And I'm gonna buy all of this, and I'm gonna buy all of it. I'm probably gonna buy all of it. So you need as much of the stimulants as possible. As far as traits, traits are important. That's what you use these feathers for in order to buy traits because they raise up your all your stats. They give you. I did this, but one thing I tell you, I don't bother with ranger or shooter because I don't use ranger or shooter. I think they're the worst characters in this content because they're so darn frail and the enemies hit so hard. So ranger and shooter, that's whatever. Yeah, I'll do that. I did that. Yes, doing has with candlelight incident. That's where you take the banes. Um, I'm gonna increase this. I'm definitely gonna increase these two because I think they're useful. Yeah, I did all this. I did all that. I really haven't tapped into this. I just did it for whatever reason. Yeah, new ancient type artifact. So as far as that goes, you can like just skip Ranger and Shooter because they suck at this content. I try to use Ranger and Shooter. They just suck because these heroes got to do more. You got to keep healing, and the teams I showed you, the teams I showed you actually support each other. Just Ranger and Shooter, they're just no good here. I mean, even Semi sucks. I tried Semi. Yeah, that's not worth it. And Clarice, not worth it. And the shooters, not worth it. Just it's just a waste of time. I didn't use it, and I know I'm the better for it. But the thing about this is, you're going to have to do every stage in order to get all the secret relics and stuff, so you get access to other content. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's just something I want to do. And if you are really curious about what everything does, you can go through the relic section and you'll see that you have these mystery ones, like decreases damage from long range attacks, decreases damage from short range attacks, that type deal. There's all sorts of stuff that you can unlock. So these are the equipment. So I was interested in this. This is I've never seen that one. This interests me. Yeah, that interests me. So that's his weapon or whatever. But like I said, it's fun, but you have to realize that there only certain teams are going to work. You can't put your favorite team together and it's going to work. It's not. I tried to form a dart team. It didn't work. It just didn't work. And I made these mistakes, so you don't have to. But if you like my content, the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day. Goodbye.